Blessings, everyone. So I'm here, deeply guided, pushed by my guides to come out here and talk. I actually have a lot to share, many different levels and aspects of what is going on right now. And December is a very important month for us to wrap up, complete, and also in gratitude see all the work we've done so we can enter the portal after the solstice in December with the new energy in the new template. So yes, welcome everyone. I will talk a little bit about all the things that my guides, beloved God, would like for me to share with you, so you may feel that you're receiving like a validation of what you actually also are experiencing. And then in the end, we will do an activation. So how can we sum up this year? So many of us have been on this journey for many, many, many years, and some just awakened. And there's really no difference in it, because we are that ancient soul from within. So there's really no difference between those that have been awakened for a long time or for those that just awakened. So this year, I would like, if I would only use one sentence, is the main part of this year is that we on all levels remember who we truly are. And I don't mean in that sense that we remember all of our past lifetimes, but it is this deep inner knowing that we are here for this massive transformation and shift that this planet is undergoing. I'm going to move my earrings because I hear that they're glitching into the earphones. There we go. So this year we are really physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and multidimensionally remember who we are. And we understand, without understanding on a human level, we know that we are a big, very big ancient soul. And it doesn't matter if anyone else understands who we are. And as we have healed a lot of our wounds, which mean the inner child that before maybe had a strong longing of wanting to be recognized in the big soul that we are, through this deep healing, we are just like, it's enough that I know who I am. It's enough that I know what I can do, and starting to understand what I actually can do. And that's big. Imagine if all souls on this planet would start to remember and feel from an inner knowing who we truly are. We understand that the past and all the identities that has been put on us through the story we have encountered is not who we are, and all of that is being dissolved. And this year we understand that we are here to anchor in Christ consciousness, right? And what is Christ consciousness in its core? Christ consciousness is that deep feeling, sense, understanding, trust that we have an eternal connection with Source, with God. Anchoring in, feeling that, connecting with that eternal connection with Source and God that never was disconnected, that never died, and that we are never dying in that way, in that sense. We are always eternally connected with Source, and bringing back that core of the Christ consciousness to earth, so we can clear and dismantle all the fear that is actually anchored and grounded in the deep sense of separation, the fear of dying, the fear of not being enough, being alone, being separated, all of those things. So it's a massive activation that is happening right now. And in December, we're having it's all about Christ consciousness, because we are undergoing this powerful solar synthesis. We have so much solar plasma light coming in. It's the strongest influx that has been measured ever on Earth. So this incredible light plasma codes that are coming with this solar Christos encodement and intelligence is just pouring into our field, into Earth, into the grid system of Earth, and it's here for the massive transformation that we are now gonna really feel in December as like the last part of this year. And this transformation, all these codes, all this solar plasma that is coming in, because of the work we've done, because of the clearing in the grid system on Earth that is now able to connect to the galactic grid system, to the cosmic grid system. So all these more advanced solar energies can come through, creates a transformation and shift in our consciousness and in our physical matter. So it's huge. It's huge what we're undergoing, and we might not understand that. So coming back to this year, we are really starting to understand who we are, and it's like, okay, it's okay that only I understand who I am, because I have this deep trust, this deep inner knowing, this deep love. I'm not gonna distract myself in thinking that I need to see, I need to remember more, because I know how it is when I connect with other souls that remember on a way that I remember. And I've talked about this a lot. If our vision would be fully open now, we would become distracted. We wouldn't be able to cope to see everything and be connected to everything that we are. So it would just distract us from the mission that we are here to do. So when the Christ consciousness now is coming in, is for us to strengthen that connection, right, with the eternal living light, understanding that you are eternal, I'm eternal, but also understanding the divine will that God gave us, and taking back the self-responsibility. And with that, we reach new levels of boundaries. And I've talked with so many of you guys, and I've experienced it myself, like next level energetic boundaries. And that is towards everyone. And I know how hard it is when someone is approaching you, someone you know very well or a little, and they are just super kind and they just want to gift you things, tell you things, and we don't feel that we can say no, right? It can be gifting sessions, gifting whatever. And then it's like, okay, understanding now that we are on a different plane of playing and operating, and we really need to discern what we are taking into our energy. And it's not okay anymore to say yes because we don't want to hurt any person's feeling. That is not okay. So we are leveling up not only the divine love that we hold, because we know that we love everyone deep within. We do that in our essence. But next level of divine light is divine truth, right? And it's not okay to say yes because you don't want to hurt a person's feelings. Because if you really look at that behind, that's actually manipulation. If you try to say yes because you don't want to hurt this person's feelings, what if that person's journey is about actually receiving a clear no in love, and, you know, a karmic pattern, a karmic contract happens if you say yes, even if you really needed to say no, and that person needs to experience how it is to feel and receive a clear no. So, I mean, if we would understand how many cords, how many karmic contracts we create or did create in the past all the time through our yes, 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 because it's easier in the moment, more comfortable in the moment, but now is like completely new levels of being here and serving. And that's when we unlock that level of divine truth, which is actually a really big part of Christ consciousness, we can step into our divine power. So it's all these stages, right? Divine love is easy. It's so easy for us to be in divine love. But then the divine truth has many layers and initiations. And once that is fully anchored, no matter of the circumstances and how it will be received, because you know you're innocent and you're operating from love and truth, that's when your full divine power comes. And that's when it's time for you to activate more of your gifts. But it's not going to be unlocked. It's like codes that goes in stages. So before you haven't like activated the right levels and stages, the divine power cannot come, because it's not going to be beneficial for you, your journey, and not for this planet. So it's really, really interesting all that is happening. And all the solar codes that comes in now, they're activating the dormant DNA strands inside of us. And we're starting to operate from all these 12 strands. Some of us are operating in 48 strands. So we are here on Earth trying to figure out, okay, I have this incredible consciousness. I understand things from a much higher level. And still I need to operate here in my human self with that little child that sometimes is so activated, feeling so abandoned, betrayed, scared to betray anyone else or abandon anyone else. So it's a massive integration. But behind all of this, just really understanding the big, massive soul that you are. And you have master codes inside of you that are also, through this influx of all this solar plasma, is now ready to be activated. And those master codes, they came when beloved Yeshua, our beloved Jesus, came to earth. He came here and he anchored in these master codes. So he came here with this spark, that divine spark. And we have this divine spark inside of us. And all this solar plasma light coming in now, making and creating this solar synthesis in our entire light body, is to activate that divine spark within us, which will dissolve everything, because it doesn't matter what happens, because we have this deep trust that everything happens for a reason. Like really, really, really everything happens for a reason. And when you feel like out of nowhere, you're in alignment, out of nowhere, you're starting to get scared because something happens in the outer. Something is not working as you would like it, so you are having a resistance. It can be financial, in relationships, in your body, in your health. And automatically fear gets triggered in your system because of what you experienced in your childhood, what you experienced in past lifetimes. And in that moment, we're moving into trance. We're moving in almost to like a loop. Like really, we're moving into a trance of fear and a loop. And even if we know that there is a divine order, there's a divine timing, but at that moment, it's almost like we're going into a psychosis. And this is actually what we can see in the collective around many people, that they are in this psychosis of fear that is not, it's not natural and it's not true. And we can experience going into this loop, feeling like we are in a psychosis of fear, we know that this is not truth, but our entire nervous system is reacting out of it. And we're so scared, and we start to loop in mind loops and thoughts and catastrophe thoughts and all of those things, right? But as the Christ consciousness is clicking into us, we will be able to wake up when that trance is happening. Like, wake up, come back to alignment, do your practices. That's why it's so important that we know how to open sacred space, how to clear our field, how to activate 0 point inside of the center of our brain, so we can wake up from the illusion, from the massive trance that we so easily go into with the collective fear when something is triggered inside of our consciousness. So as this solar plasma light is coming in, it will help us to commit to next level of divine timing. It's like when you are like feeling resistance, like nothing is really working as you would like it to work, because you have this plan and you have this dream that you would like, and you have this longing, and you can see in the future where you're supposed to be and what you should supposed to be, but it's not working, it's not clicking. It's like boom, 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 and fear arises, and you lose your alignment, and you come out of center. And you that are awakened, you should know so much more. You've done so much work. Why is this happening? But now it's like, okay, next level. Take a step back, breathe, do your practices. This is also why it's like we cannot distract ourselves anymore with the food that is not good for us, with the people that are not good for us. We cannot distract ourselves with social media anymore. Whatever food, whatever distracting ourselves with, it's time to stop all of that, so we can move into center, we can clear ourselves, we can align ourselves, and move back into the deep inner knowing that we are always connected eternally with God. We have communication links from our heart straight into God, into our inner God self, and we want to communicate with our inner God self from our sacred crystal heart. Open that communication links, and from there ask our teams and our beloved God and source and family of light and guides to help us take a step back, surrender, breathe, and ask for help to wait for the divine timing. Because it's not your timing, it's the divine timing. And you use your divine free will to take a step back and handle over your will to God, God's will, not mine will. But you use your divine free will and state your authority to God, to God's source, which means you are deciding with your divine free will to disconnect your ego personality that works in fear and makes you smaller, makes you feel unworthy, not trusting, feeling separated, and all of those things. So, divine timing is not only your divine timing. Divine timing is the highest for everyone involved. If it would only be about you, then maybe you could get it immediately. But divine timing is because we ask for what is in the highest for everyone involved. Even if you're in a situation where you have a predator in your life and you're really in a victim position with abuse or whatever it is, it's still, we ask for what is in the highest divine order as God would have it be for everyone involved. Why? Because everything we do affects all. Everything we do affects all of our karmic contracts, and all the people we have inside of our lives that we have a connection with, or we had a connection with, are there karmically because it was decided. And it's always that, right? So divine timing is okay, you might see what you need, but if you take a step back, there will be an opening for divine intervention for all souls to be released and cleared. And that's why we are moving from Christ consciousness now, from service to self to service to others. So it's huge what is happening, right? And Jeshua, beloved Jesus, he came down here with this incredible divine spark. No one knew who he was. After a while, some recognized him, but he never needed to go around and say who he was, right? And it's the same thing with you. You knowing who you are is more than enough, and knowing that you're operating daily more and more from Christ consciousness, activating, inviting the spirits of Christ every day in your morning practice, strengthening your solar Christos temple and your cathedral, the Christos Solar Cathedral, which makes all these incredible influxes of the solar light now in December help you move into the most profound solar synthesis. So I'm just extremely happy, honored to hold space together with all of you the 23rd of December with the Jesus Master Code Healing, because it is so Jeshua and Christ consciousness is so much more multidimensional than what we have understood. And it was like, now is the time for us to understand much more about beloved Jesus, Jeshua, the codes he has, the master codes that he came down here and anchored for all of us to activate at this time. And we know that this lifetime and this incarnation and the whole planetary ascension is about taking back and having a full return of Christ consciousness to this planet and remembering that eternal connection with Source. Once we have 100% eternal connection with God's Source, or we remember that eternal connection 100%, no fear can enter. No fear can enter, and nothing can penetrate into our field. Okay? So it's beautiful, beautiful, incredible times. And let's move in and see what wants to come through. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. So we're inhaling through the nose, breathing in this infusion of the solar plasma light that is all around us. Exhaling and allowing the solar plasma light to be spread out to our physical energy body. Take a deep inhale, visualize, feel and sense the solar plasma light coming into your field. Exhaling and allowing this plasma light to move out to your emotional energy body. Taking another deep inhale, breathing in the solar plasma light into your field. Exhaling, expanding the codes out to your mental energy body. Take another deep inhale, inviting, feeling, sensing, receiving the solar plasma light. Exhaling, allowing the codes to be infused, activated out to your spiritual energy body. So we open up our heart, and with your free divine will here, as we ask for all of this energy work to be fully protected and connected by God's infinite love, light and power, closing all negative portals in organic artificial timelines. And we ask only for what is in the highest divine order for each and every one to come through. So as you're moving into your heart, you use your divine free will to command your sacred crystal heart to open up all communication links from your inner God self and out. And now allowing these communication links that you might see, sense or visualize, you use your divine free will to receive all this solar plasma light that is now being infused at this moment into the earth grid system and into your light body. And you say yes to really go through a full solar synthesis in the highest capacity of your soul's highest divine path. Beautiful. I'm seeing this beautiful solar plasma. It's like flower plasma that is moving into your root chakra. So they almost look like lotuses, but it's more like more multi-dimensional flowers with powerful big petals. So this flower plasma light moves into your root chakra, and you can feel how this flower and the petals of this flower is just extending out into your entire field, and there's a lot of energy suddenly coming down through your legs and your feet, and you feel how you are grounded on a completely new level, and you can feel the solar synthesis happening in your grounding. So it's an activation, an upgrading of your grounding techniques and your sense of being grounded and anchored here on earth. And as this massive amount of energy flows through your legs, your feet, I see this beautiful solar flower opening up in the core of Mother Earth, receiving your new grounding and encodement into her solar flower, solar plasma flower. And a beautiful solar synthesis upgrade process happens from Mother Earth's heart and core into your root chakra, assisting you to feel more safe here on earth. Okay, the teams wants us to move into our heart, and now open your heart and receive the solar plasma light encodement. And anything that you wish to clear now, dissolve, dismantle, any programs, any limiting beliefs, any old past experiences, any negative cords, any emotions, you can now ask for this solar plasma flower to transmute. Use your divine free will, the team says. The most profound solar light comes from the core of Mother Earth's heart, her crystal core, moving up through your central vertical line and into your heart. Activating unconditional love, purity, harmlessness, the virtues of God, of Christ. Now this beautiful light moves from the heart through your central vertical line up to your third eye, into the center of your brain, opening up your consciousness, your intuition, into the center point of all creation. Just stay in the center point of all union, the center point of all creation. So there's this beautiful solar plasma flower in your third eye, opening up also your crown, so you can receive more solar plasma light straight into your crown, into all of your chakras, into your entire center vertical line. And now, as you are in the center point of all creation and union, we can ask to clear and dissolve any energies that is in the highest for us to release. that creates a sense of separation. Anything that blocks us from feeling that eternal unity, the oneness with God, with all that is, as it is. Beautiful, beloved Yeshua is coming in. So within your inner vision, he is just looking at you. And as you are just having this beautiful eye contact with Yeshua, you just feel how his presence opens and activates your divine spark in your heart. Beloved, you're a child of God as me. There's no difference, there's no separation between you and me. Feel the divine spark within you. Breathe, sense, allow this divine spark to be remembered, felt. Know that it's always there and you can ask it to assist you at any time. Expand this energy now of this divine inner spark of Christ. Christ consciousness, become this divine spark. Beautiful. Yeshua is removing himself from your auric field. You still feel the vibration, the energy, that divine spark that he came with, that was given and activated to you. It's now within you, for you to continue like this beautiful gift of December. Take a couple of deep breaths. Prepare yourself to come back as we ask for this energy work to be sealed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, so be it, so be it. It is done. Take a couple of breaths. Come back. Thank you, beloveds. If you want to share something that you experienced, saw, please do that in the comments. I always read them. I will put the link for the Jesus Healing webinar. As this solar light is coming in, that is, the solar plasma light is coming in to really reactivate the grid system, the ley lines on Earth. What is happening with this influx of these incredible codes, frequencies, is that the sun disks, the solar sun disks in our grid system is being reactivated at this time, and they are releasing incredible amount of ancient information that has been hidden for this exact time on our planet. I know that there's many groups meeting all over the world for massive planetary work in December, and I'm so full of great gratitude to all of you, however you serve. In the Self-Mastery template, we're going to do our first big planetary work this weekend, which I'm extremely excited over. And December is really the new, that's completely new template where we understand that the work cannot be done anymore by ourselves. It cannot. It can really not be done anymore by ourselves. We need to keep coming together. However, we are able to come together in this here and now. So thank you, everyone. I love you deeply. I'm always here with you. Know that you can always communicate with me through my Friday emails. If you feel like you need to take a break from social media, I'm always on the Hey Marvelous application where I have my Self-Mastery template, and I always send out my Friday emails to communicate with all of you that feel that you need a break. from all these outer external distractions as we are in this incredible important time of December. I love you, I honor you. See you soon. Mwah. Many blessings.